Hi, my name is Martin. Welcome to another Casa Freak moment. When we look at trust, we looked at trust across different professions, uh, healthcare professionals, engineers, just a whole lot. And one of the people who rate the few, one of the professionals that rates the least on the rating scale, and this was not a locally done rating, it was more global. Real estate professionals and marketers, along with politicians, rated quite low, very low. And we felt that it was a little bit unfair. The real estate market in Nigeria can be really tough. And so we thought to ourselves, how do we take that hassle? Um, Sometimes you have the issue of getting paid for the good work done. Um, we looked at that also, and then we decided to create a trustless system. Just like Uber, you ride with a stranger and you don't know this stranger, but you trust the person to take you from point A to point B, even though this is about 11 p.m. at night. You know, if anything happens, there's a place you can report, there's a community you can track that person on. And we're doing the same thing on Casa Freak so that the customer is able to relate with you as a real estate professional because he or she knows you have been rated and there have been reviews about you. They can read it on the app and say, oh, look, Sandra is a trusted real estate agent. She's amazing. She's good. I had some problem looking for properties and she went all the way for me. That recommendation is worth much more than its weight in gold, and we're trying to use those things to drive it up. But also, apart from that, we feel it will be demeaning for you to begin to chase people around for your fees. And so what we do is that when payment passes through the app, it splits all the payments, in its constituents, and pays each of the people, whether they are agents or sub agents. And let me stick on the subject of sub agency today. Now, sometimes we see a property. I want to buy a property, say what 2.3 billion in Maitama, Abuja, and I am talking to an agent, but behind that agent there are 17 other agents, but I cannot see this. I'm just a buyer. I don't know, right? I'm talking to Sandra, who was introduced to that property by Ujo, who was introduced by Bayo, who was introduced to the property by Tega, who was introduced by Tokwe. Tokwe came through Buki. Buki came through Ahmed. Ahmed recommended, Jane. Jane, and the list goes on. So how do we manage this long string? And the longer the string, the greater the untrust, because when the percentage for the estate agent is taken, how do we know who gets what? How does this split work? Casa Freak has designed a simple strategy to pay all the people on the string and to minimize the chain so that it is not too long. When the chain is too long, everybody begins to get peanuts. All right, so we don't want too long a chain, but it shouldn't be too short because the chain will also determine how many people know about the property. So let's assume that on the average, for every estate agent that knows about the property, 30 people become aware. To increase your awareness, you need more agents, but also it creates the risk of when it's time to share the agency fee, right? So we have a system that maximizes the chain and minimizes that profit share so that it's just neat enough for everybody to enjoy. We're going to discuss more about this in detail, but these are one of the issues within that space that Casafreak has addressed. If you have questions for us, write to us at talk@casafreak.com. We'll be more than happy to hear from you. If you've not signed up, you can go pre-register on our site. It's www.casafreak.com/register.